What do you think this is all about? You think this is a fucking costume? This is a way of life.
Ooh-wee. Well, welcome, Ballbusters, and anybody else in stream tonight. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. Bates here with your friend and mine, Ray Mungus, and we're ready to discuss the future of Way of Life Live and Live Deliciously and Game. This is kind of a dual stream for both channels, and we're going to be updating accordingly. How are you tonight, Mungus?
Pretty good. It feels good to hear that song again after what, a month about?
Almost a month. It's been between 3 and 4 weeks, and yeah, it's been crazy on like every single front, at least on my end. For anybody watching on my stream, they can definitely see that the background is much different. Well, and on both streams because my face cam is always on, so they can see that the background is much different than what they're used to.
And as you can see on my screen, I'm still fighting the dogs of war. So,
well, you're still unleashing the dogs of war.
Yes. But you know, this war is going to wage on till, I don't know, we win. Who knows?
So, what's new with you?
Nothing. Like, life's been empty without the podcast. Now, I've just been really busy, you know, doing a lot of work, having a really fucked up sleeping schedule and having a really fucked up normal sleeping schedule, bouncing back and forth between that, doing a lot of website work, writing a little bit here and there, a lot of graphic stuff, preparing for this stream pretty much, you know, like the whole unveiling of what's been going on behind the scenes. Other than that, just kind of like doing my thing. How about you? You look like you have a little bit of a different environment.
Yeah.
It's brighter too.
Yeah, I am back home finally after 14 months. Almost exactly 14 months to the day that this was all burned and underwater. I am back home. Back home where I belong. Back home in what most people would call a man cave. I hate that fucking term. It should be wiped off the face of the planet. But back home in my proper environment, I am in my studio here, which is my basement, but it's not my parents' basement. It's my basement, my house with my wife. And as you can see from the face cam, this is right behind me is our new recording area for Metal Beer Horror. It is nearly all set up.
That's where the magic happens right there.
Yep. And then you know, I'm looking at my webcam and I'm seeing all my posters I haven't hung yet on the floor, and once they're hung, they'll be able to be seen on my camera going all across my wall, and it's gonna look so good.
See, it's about time you got a little presentation going on. Like you got a little environment. You got a mini set happening.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, all that can be seen is some of the posters on the floor. They're being blocked by chairs. I have my absolutely gorgeous special foil variant Spider-Man versus Doc Ock gray matter art print that I got. My super rare My Neighbor Totoro print. You can see some of the horror prints I have in the back, and then the rest of my Marvel prints against the wall. So once they're all up on the walls, man, it's going to look really good. It's going to feel proper, and it's going to feel like I'm at home.
Yeah, man, it's looking really good down there from the last time I was in there. I could pretty much vouch for basically everything Bates just said, because I was trudging through like 3 inches of water down there when shortly after the house fire took place. Not fun. Definitely not fun, especially since like a few weeks before that we were down there basically playing board games, drinking, and having a good time.
No, we were down here. What we were doing is we were doing a Vietnamese beer tasting session that with all this beer that I had brought back from Vietnam. I had brought back like, I don't know, 10 to 12 different Vietnamese beers for my trip from Vietnam last year. And then me, you, Leather Rebel, and Tom were all down here, and we were doing a massive taste testing all night.
I think my way sounds a little better than taste testing, but I'm cool with that. We drank, we hung out, we bullshit. I think we were going to play a board game, but it ended up like stored off to the side somewhere down there. Lord knows what happened to it.
Well, that board game got crushed by drywall and ceiling, but I do have a replacement for you.
Oh boy, like I should have taken the time over the last 14 months that you said. I should have taken the time to read the directions, and maybe we could actually play it, the new and improved version, improved from the fire at least.
Well, at least I have a table that fucking board will fit on, so that's good.
And at least I have a table that I rescued from the fire. It is gorgeous now.
So, we got some things to talk about here.
Things are happening.
So I mean, I guess where do you want to start?
I don't know. Well, you want to start with your channel? You said you had some updates.
Well, for the most part, yeah, go ahead. No, it's just my wife looking at me.
Oh, we're gonna get appearance.
No, she is just off frame. The camera doesn't face the way she is.
I know she's there.
She's there though. All right. So my channel. Well, basically it's not really an update. It's just letting everybody know that I am back. I have returned. Everything is good. I have my nice new setup, my dual desk setup, my dual PC setup. Everything is good. I have my network all set up here, my network closet. Everything good to go. I am ready to start streaming games again. It's been far too long. It's been kind of a void in my life. Not being able to talk to all my regulars who come in almost every one of my streams. So it's been hard for me. So it's good to know that I am pretty much ready to start resuming my streams again. And I just want to thank all of my regular stream attendees. Demonic Dark, Darnell Rays, Killing Joke, Magnum, Chaotic Notes, Finn. You know, all the people who are almost always in my stream, supporting, hanging out, chatting, bullshitting, having fun, just doing what they do. My buddy Rari, you know, they're always here supporting me, and I feel bad I have not been around to just do what I like doing. But now that things are more settled for me, the house is nearly complete. We're not done yet, but I mean, we are living here and we are comfortable. So, you know, it's about time that I start resuming my my streams, and I can't wait to do it. So this is just more of an update saying that I am back, ready to go in my nice new environment, my nice new studio here. I also will be doing a final house rebuild vlog showing the updated and new and improved house of Bates here. Probably within the next couple weeks, once the little details get fixed, and I will be uploading that. But in between, I will be resuming my streams, and to celebrate my return finally, after almost a month, we will be kicking off the next giveaway next week. I will be recording a pardon me. I've been drinking a little bit tonight. I will be recording a new giveaway video that will be going up next week, and it's going to be very simple to enter as long as you're subscribed to the channel. And I'm going to be asking a very simple question. You drop a comment in the video answering the question, and you're entered. That's it. The giveaway is probably going to run at least 2 weeks, but probably more likely 3 weeks. So the end of the giveaway probably won't be until the middle or so of July. So keep an eye on that next week, guys.
But as I've been saying for like the last 2 months, don't get excited because I'm totally winning.
I'm actually also going to because I found another really cool piece that I was actually going to give to you, but you already had a version of it.
Really? What is it? Or you want to tell me after? You want to keep the surprise?
Well, I've already let everybody know what the next giveaway prize is, but actually, hang on. I have it right next to me. Give me a second here. This is a cool kind of a reveal video for the.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah. It's gonna be a dual giveaway. So I'm gonna have a grand prize, and then I'm also gonna have a secondary prize. So yeah. So just give me a second. I'll bring in and show everybody.
I'll cue the elevator music. Nothing beats dead air.
All right.
There he is.
So I had explained probably a couple weeks ago, and even before that, I mean, I had been telling everybody what the next prize was for the next giveaway for a while. And it's a gray matter art print of Prometheus. It's a 24 by 36 poster board, high quality print, just like almost all my giveaways. I mean, I don't give away junky stuff. So
only to me.
So I mean, this is, if you go to the graymatterart.com, you can look up this Prometheus print. So if you're an Aliens fan and a Prometheus fan, this is definitely a piece you want. I think the piece is gorgeous. I just don't happen to be a Prometheus fan. So while I was unpacking stuff, I happened to find this other piece I have right here. And I actually brought this back from Hanoi, Vietnam. I found this little poster shop, and they had these ridiculously cool prints that I had never seen anywhere else.
That was like the highlight of my night. Like, not only were you like up on my time, because I'm usually up most of the night, and the time difference like synced up with me for once, but it was like you were out on a mission to go find these little poster shops, and I was over here in America completely enthusiastic about what you were gonna come across, what you were gonna discover at these places. And Lord, you brought home some good stuff.
Yeah, no, these are some really cool prints. A lot of them were like one-offs for special events at like one location years and years ago. I got really cool Marvel prints. I got an amazing Jaws print that I've never seen anywhere. And then I happened to come across this really cool print, and I decided I thought this would be a cool secondary prize for my return stream. And it's actually a one-off Alamo Drafthouse print from, I believe, 2010. At least that's what it says here, of Return of the Living Dead.
Very nice.
I mean, this is
lag. It's driving me nuts. I want to see. Oh, that's a gorgeous one.
This is one of the coolest fucking prints I've ever seen. And again, I brought this home from Hanoi, Vietnam, along with like 5 or 6 other prints, and I've never seen this anywhere. So it's pretty rare. The kind of paper it's printed on, it's like it looks like old school vellum. It looks like really like handmade paper. It's really weird, but it gives the poster a really nice effect. I mean, you can't see it so much on the camera, but it's definitely an amazing secondary prize, without a doubt.
I remember you brought me back the Zombie versus Shark print.
Oh, yes.
As well as a really awesome Heath Ledger Joker. And I just recently dug that out and I hung it up, over where my superhero stuff is hung up. So I just got another Batman print to go along with it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot I got you those.
Yeah, man. And I could completely agree with what you're saying about the unique vibe to it. It has almost this like
wavy.
Yeah, like it comes off like it's like handcrafted, like, and maybe even hand inked. Like obviously it's printed, but it's really really unique.
Yeah, no, it's got a really cool feel. Like the edges are all, kind of worn, and the paper is all pitted, and just it looks like it was hand pressed. I really don't know how else to explain it until whoever wins it sees it for themselves. But it's a really, really cool. It's pretty vibrant. Just a gorgeous little piece to put up against the wall somewhere, or in your office, or wherever. It's a nice piece if you're a horror fan, especially if you're a Return of the Living Dead fan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely good call on remembering that I owned one of those. I have that same print done a little differently. It's obviously the same artwork, but it's in this like custom cut little standee, which I found on a convention, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, is it the people that do all the standees?
Yes, I bought it from that guy.
Okay, yeah, because I have that. I have a Thriller version of that standee.
Nice, very cool.
I'm actually looking at it right now. It's like right against my display case.
If my memory serves me right, that was like the last one too, and you bought it up on me.
Oh yeah, that was so like, whenever I see anything Thriller, they call her One Eye. I have to pick it up. That was such a great movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's like one of my favorites. Like I would love to meet her at a convention.
We have to do that for a live commentary.
We'd have to probably track down the yellow version of it, not the red one.
Why?
The red one has the full graphic nudity in it, and the other
we
we
don't stream the movies.
No, I know, but like, do we really want to sit here and watch that?
Yeah.
It'd make for a very awkward conversation.
No.
Let's do the red version.
That would make for the best kind of conversation. I don't know what you're talking about.
Valid point. If you don't know the movie, look it up. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, great movie. It's a great revenge movie. One of my favorite revenge movies.
Oh yeah, it's up there for me.
All right, so what's going on with Way of Life?
Lots of stuff.
So do you want to go ahead and explain all the fun changes coming to the Way of Life network?
We could go back and forth. Set it up for me.
All right, so we've decided, since with Mungus and I, we've been spending a lot of our time and efforts and a lot of our resources to promoting, supporting, and writing and doing whatever we can for deadentertainment.com, as we both, work for it, writing for it. Mungus does all of the imagery and images, graphic design. He does all of that for deadentertainment.com, plus all of the social media.
Correction, our buddy Jason and fellow writer does the Facebook social media, but like I do things. Just put it that way. I produce various things. Like I have shows that I want to work on. I write the podcasts. This and that. Point is a lot of energy is spent towards that end of the spectrum, and I guess what we're trying to do here is kind of like we're all working towards a goal. What that goal is just general success for the website. And in order to get to that point, content is kind of everything, whether it be a news article about, the latest horror movie casting, or, a 7-day look back at Angela Bettis's movies. Like content is absolutely important to this stuff, especially with the website now being indexed on Google as an official news outlet, which is pretty awesome, I gotta say.
Yeah, we fancy, boy. We fancy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you search something that we wrote about, like odds are it's gonna be like within the top 3 up on Google, which is pretty badass, I gotta say. So yeah, like ideas got rolling. We had a little bit of a stumble with Way of Life Live. 1 week it was me, 1 week it was Bates, 2 weeks it was me. Excuse me. And we got to thinking of different ways to expand, I guess, everything that we do. And with Dead Entertainment kind of growing in this kind of like in a way that we really didn't expect.
Not at all.
Website.
Not at all.
Exactly. From like a website that's this young. We're like about to approach our 7th month online, and we're growing exponentially week by week. We just topped our biggest month's worth of views as far as the website goes, and we're June 20th. We still have a solid 10 days
at
left
least,
in the month.
yeah. Yep.
So we're doing very well for the site, but what I wanted to do was focus a lot more on the YouTube channel, which we basically touch on sporadically. Whenever we decide to do a live commentary or something like that, we hit it up. I've been uploading a couple small things here and there. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, sorry. My video just started spinning and I thought you crashed.
Nope, we're good.
Beautiful. All right, so basically the long and short of it is I've been really wanting to focus on building a YouTube channel for Dead Entertainment and, getting as much content as possible. And that was a tough prospect with trying to operate and build a YouTube channel for Way of Life Network, which is basically, we started Way of Life Network before Dead Entertainment was even built. Like it was in the process of being built, but it had not launched. It was just a group of friends wanting to get together, bullshit about horror, and various things like metal, various interests, basically. So this whole long-winded thing is to say that it's a challenge to build 2 houses at the same time with the same resources. So I proposed to the 3 other members of the Way of Life Network that we join forces with Dead Entertainment, being that it's my brother's site. I've known the guy all his life, so
really, tell me more.
We shouldn't have any problems as far as that goes. But we all have our foot dipped into the water of Dead Entertainment. Anthony, LR, however we want to call him, he's written for the website. I've written for the website. Bates has written for the website. We do various tasks, and we all are kind of like waving around the Dead Entertainment flag as it is. So I'm thinking to myself, why don't we just get this going over there? Let's build one house with the same tools and just see how it goes. So the rest is, I guess history.
So basically, the short end of that is the Way of Life Network is not going away. The channel is going to be retired, and it's going to be a add-on channel, more or less, to Dead Entertainment's YouTube channel.
Pretty much. You're going to see, if you see how we have it set up here, I have everything organized in what is it, playlists and everything. So basically, what you get here, you'll be able to get over there. I'm going to be re-uploading all of the 26, 27 episodes that we've done previously, which is insane, man. Who would have thought we'd ever get to fucking the high 20s? That's pretty awesome. But we're gonna upload all of those things to the Dead Entertainment channel. You'll be able to go back and listen to us ramble and grow as pseudo broadcasters. But we're going to be doing every new episode going forward on the Dead Entertainment channel. Same format, same time, same attitude, same cup of coffee that I always have. And we're just going to be doing it over there, which is no real big difference, I suppose.
Nope.
Hopefully we're going to be getting a little more views. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of the people that join you on your streams over there to like that channel and tune in with us and hang out. Dead Entertainment's had a pretty good go with the Twitch channel recently, so maybe we'll be able to bring in a few of those viewers.
Yeah.
The long and short of it is we want it all in one roof. You know what I mean? Just a way to get a lot of people to come hang out with us. Not even for sake of popularity, just to hang out and all bullshit about horror, which is what we're here for the most part.
Yeah. We don't care about popularity. Love us. But yeah,
we're talking to Yankee Candle. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, one of our affiliates over at deadentertainment.com every Monday night does a live Twitch stream, and then we figure we can add on to that. He does Twitch on Mondays, and we'll do YouTube on Wednesdays, and they're under the same umbrella, just on different sides of the umbrella. He's doing strictly gaming, and we'll be doing sort of everything else, horror-based and metal-based and a little bit of pop culture. Our format is not going to change on this show. We're going to be doing our horror stuff, our news segments, maybe our pressure rising segments, and we're going to be doing our comic and geek segments. That is not going to change. Nothing on the show, the format is going to change. We're going to cover the same stuff. It's just going to be under a different channel, just because it makes sense at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it got very cumbersome at one point where it was like, okay, if you like the game streams, go over to Bates' channel. If you like the horror stuff and the news stuff, like this channel. Also, we have our own horror channel over here, and we do commentaries on there and other stuff that's coming along. It just got confusing, and it's good to have like affiliates and sister sites and things like that. But when you're just a handful of people operating everything, it's like, all right, you know what? Let's put it over here for the sake of, like one-stop shop. Like you could go back and watch the videos we put up there. You could tune in every Wednesday at 8:00, even though we started late today, which is normal. You tune in every Wednesday live and listen to us. You could see I think we're still going to be doing the bi-monthly Metal Beer Horrors coming up, so you'll be able to listen to that over there. And we have a ton of other shows and ideas and videos that we want to do, but it's all just going to be over there under one roof. So like the whole Way of Life Network entourage is moving there. We got our own little corner of the friggin' YouTube channel, and nothing is going to change. If you like what you've heard so far, if you dig us rambling and saying repeatedly, you could still get that over there. just go over there and subscribe. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, Metal Beer Horror will be continuing. We've had to take a massive hiatus because I had to break down our original recording studio, which was, believe it or not, my parents' dining room area, where in the apartment I was living in. I had to break that down because they were coming home from Florida, and I could not have a recording studio set up in the dining room. But now I am back in my own house, and I
It's pretty
have,
funny that that's how we had it set up.
yeah,
Like that's where the history of MBH started. Like the new era at least.
yeah, pretty much. That's where it began, my parents' dining room. But now, I have, as you can see behind me, a proper studio. It is 90% set up. I got a few other little things to run, and I just got to figure out how I'm going to connect that computer to the internet. I might just buy a wireless card because that seems like it's going to be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, more
And
than likely.
yeah, because I mean, my wireless router is like 10 feet away. I just don't want to run a hard wire across my floor. I didn't run any network cable in that pillar behind me. One of the only places I didn't. So the wireless card should be fine. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've listened to Metal Be Horror before, you're pretty much going to get the same kind of show. We're in the process of tweaking the length of the show, like impossible format. It's basically going to be the same sort of deal, but we want to kind of make it a little more bite size, I guess, in a way where you could easily digest segments and maybe even have it not in a podcast form per se, but maybe little mini episodes. Like that's how we might release it. But if you do like the previous episodes that we've done, we have a super secret, not released, but episode 4 that I still have not done. So we're going to probably be putting that up right on launch. So in the whole process of moving everything over to Dead Entertainment, I'm going to have all of the previous episodes of Way of Life Live, all the previous episodes of Metal Beer Horror, as well as the unreleased episode for, just to give you something to listen to to hold you over till we really get our footing and I guess start our new show. When are we gonna do that?
I don't know. We're basically we're working on a new format for Metal Beer Horror. That's going to be a little bit easier to follow for the most part. We're trying to we're going to cover news, but not in the same vein that we used to because of our release schedules. We don't want to cover news and then have that episode released 3-4 weeks later to the
Yeah, it
point
was
where
really tough to stay relevant, and we were already recording multiple weeks in advance. We did like a batch recording. We did 2 episodes each recording session, so it was really tough to stay up on that.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to try to avoid that to a degree, and we'll have news, but not in the same vein as we used to. We're going to have more of a topical discussion, and it's going to be a bit more engaging. Let's put it that way. The format we're leading towards.
Yeah, definitely. And if there's any huge news in the metal world, beer world, which who has beer news? But anyway, or in the horror world, we could theoretically record a small little episode in that same recording session, and with the power of technology and Bates and I busting our ass when it comes to getting things online, we might be able to release that episode right then and there. If something huge happens, he's going to have a wireless card set up right there. We might be even able to go online and do a live MBH news show, which I mean, we're toying around with different possibilities to really bring the content to you, to bring our personality to you, to bring our attitude. This whole idea that we started, we want it accessible and easily digestible. This way you could You could come in and you could listen to it and you could be on your way. Anybody new that are coming in and I guess giving us a shot for the first time, they don't have to feel burdened by an hour and a half to 2 hour episode that like, do you really want to listen to this?
Oh, whoops. I hit a button by accident. Whoops.
My bad.
I had my soundboard open by accident, and I was moving something, and I hit a...
Did you hit Crazy Ralph?
No, I wish I did. I hit the Comic and Geek News bumper.
My bad.
I was moving something on my desk, and finger slipped. Sorry about that.
Only the best quality you'll get over at Way of Life Live. And I'm about to announce my resignation from the show because of the Bates' unprofessionalism.
I've been drinking all night.
All right, so to sum it up, really, you know, for new listeners, everybody's been like faced with that 2 hour long podcast, and you're like, do I really want to invest that time? You know, like, do I want to take that shot, or do I just want to play video games for 2 hours? We're basically trying to change things in hopes of giving you smaller versions of us just to kind of like get your feet wet, make it quick and on the go. And, you know, hopefully you get some newer listeners to the MBH brand, you know, as well as Way of Life Live's live show on Wednesday. So, you know, we're trying different things with this whole transition.
Yeah, we want to make everything more accessible to people. You know, it's the best way to expand the channel and to get out to everybody. You know, all the people who've been here since the beginning and all the people who might be here in the future. We want to make it as accessible as possible to any horror fan, metal fan, beer fan, you know, anybody who is remotely interested in the stuff that we're interested in and the stuff that we talk about on a weekly basis. You know, that's our audience. And that's who we want to reach. And we have to adapt any way possible to reach those people. And cutting down the Metal Beer Horror podcast, which is a pre-recorded podcast, as everybody who has listened to the first 3 episodes knows, you know, cutting it down by 30 to 40 minutes is going to make it way more accessible.
Yeah, definitely. And just, you know, some of the conversations that we've had as friends alone, like, excuse me, it's basically one of those situations where, like, if you were a fly in the wall to some of our rants about metal albums or horror movies and stuff, like, we think that you would legitimately get a kick out of it. Now, we're not saying our personalities are the best thing in the world, but, you know, like, you get a kick out of, like, how quick-witted, how fast-paced and argumentative, like we've known each other for 15 years. So, like, we get heated, we get in arguments, and, you know, just all over dumb stuff. And I think it's entertainment. You know, we've said for years, man, we should record this shit, and now we are. But in order to reach certain people or people in general, we want to kind of, like, I guess, condense it a little bit and hopefully bring in other people, even if it's slow going. We're totally fine with slow going, because some of the best people that support us and our channel, you know, like, are still with us. Not only are they still with us, but, you know, they enjoy what we do, which is pretty awesome. And we just got one of our loyal supporters back, Chris Harris. He's been with us from, like, episode 1 of Way of Life Live. So he's in the chat right now hanging out, just as I said. So we want more of that. We want the snowball to keep building up. And in order to do that, we're, I guess, moving our pawns strategically a little bit more so than we did before.
Yeah, it's all about growing. It's all about, because that's, you know, when you're live streaming and you have a YouTube channel, it's all about growing. And you got to do whatever you have to do to grow. So we are trying to move in a direction that will help us grow. It's as simple as that. So that's why we are grouping the Way of Life Network underneath the Dead Entertainment umbrella. Dead Entertainment has kicked off and grown in a way, as we said earlier, in a way we never thought possible. It has as far as I know, please do not quote me, but as far as I know, we have become the number 3 horror website on the internet. Again, do not quote me, but as far as I know, as a horror fan, and as a writer for the original horror website, Diabolical Dominion, which was established in 1998 on the internet. All right, the original horror website. I used to write for them. So as far as I know, we are currently the number 3 horror website on the internet, behind Bloody Disgusting and Dread Central. I will give them their dues. They have been around quite a long time, and they put out very good content. They have a lot of very good writers, and it's more of a friendly rivalry, as we are the new kids on the block. But we have grown in a way that I never thought we would. We're getting so many views, so many hits. Our articles are being shared out by, if we're writing about a particular movie or a series or something, maybe the showrunner of that series is retweeting one of our articles out. We're getting exposure in a way that I didn't think we could possibly get at this point in our short little lives. So grouping everything under this umbrella just seemed the proper way to go about growing everything, and to help give our loyal viewers and readers more content and what they deserve.
I definitely agree with you, man. We, having watched the steps from the time we started kind of like kicking around the idea to where we are now, I figured it would have taken a little bit longer. And by a little bit, I mean at least a couple years to really get this ball rolling. I don't know if I'd agree if that we're number 3 or anything like that. There's a lot of factors within it.
As I said, don't quote me, and I could be wrong, but from what I've seen and from the horror websites I know, I mean, obviously I know we don't get as many hits as the other 2 websites, but I can't think of a third website underneath those 2 at the moment. Again, do not quote me. I am not trying to claim anything. It's just from what I believe at this moment.
There's a handful of very well known popular horror websites that I could think of, but I'm not going to give them any. Go to Dead Entertainment instead. Okay, we'll leave it at that. My point is, though, while they may have more views than us or daily reach, our reach as far as SEO goes and things like that, we're up with the big dogs as far as where we land on the news pages and where we land on Google and things like that. We're doing things probably better than most of the bigger horror websites as it is, just from that standpoint. And the quality of our articles, I think, is astounding. I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that, but the night of Sony's E3 panel, we had articles ready to go, very, very well written, very well thought out, within 4 minutes of the trailer announcements for these games. And obviously we had some things ready to go, but the point is they were very well thought, very well written, very well researched. And, a few connections here and there, trying to figure out what's what and when we were to expect certain things. Point being is people scrambled the night of these trailer releases to get these things out, and we had our shit ready to go within 4 minutes. And I think that's pretty great. I think that shows that we've come to play and we're very serious about what we're doing. And obviously, in terms of how it's relevant to the podcast and shit like that, the door does swing the other way. And not only are we trying to grow with Dead Entertainment's popularity, or the I guess the speed that they're going at, but we're also trying to add a little something to Dead Entertainment. Having watched many horror websites, grow from the ground up because, I lived it, breathed it. Bloody Disgusting was one of the first horror websites I've ever seen on the internet back when I went on 99, 2000-ish. But my point is it took a lot of these horror websites to reach this point with content than it took us. Like we are adding things that it took people years to be able to accomplish. And, like I hate to talk about it like this because I don't like talking about successes or things like that. But it's something worth patting yourself on the back a little bit for. Otherwise, despite how this might sound, we are super humble about what we do. And I know that might sound really contradictory, but it's just the love of the genre that keeps us doing what we do. It's the love of the genre that keeps us coming on Wednesday nights, minus our little hiatus, and just shooting the shit about all the news that's breaking and stuff. And fuck, man, we picked a horrible time to go on hiatus. There's been killer news in the last few weeks. So it's going to be awesome to come back to and be able to do this just the way we've been doing it for the past 20. I don't even know when we started. Like what? After October, maybe November, I think we started.
Yeah, I don't know. Divide, give or take 30 by 4. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was November because I remember in October you did the Friday the 13th stream, which we streamed for like 7 or 8 hours.
Yes.
And had no voice the next day. And then that got us going so much that we were like, you know what, man? Let's do this fucking podcast because we sit around and bullshit about this stuff anyway. We might as well. And we got it going. It's awesome. It's going to be great to add this show, which I think we've really kind of come into our own. To the whole arsenal that is, at the waistband of Dead Entertainment, in the holster of Dead Entertainment.
Yeah, and I just want to say, we are very humble about the successes of our infant website, but I also want to just let it be known that myself and Mungus and everybody else at the website, we do it because we love the genre and we do not get paid for the contributions we make to deadentertainment.com. We run deadentertainment.com because we love everything about horror and everything surrounding horror. So we aren't getting paid to write these articles. There's no one paying us for this stuff. We're doing it because we like doing it. We like doing it because we want fans to know we like doing it. It's just the way it is. We are not making any kind of money off of this. I'm not, at least. I don't know about the people who run the website. They could be fucking pocketing the money. But even so, even if they are pocketing money, those little bastards, talking about Mungus's brother, who I love, despite him being a hermit bastard, I could care less. Because, as I said, I've been writing. Well, I only wrote for Diabolical Dominion for about 8 months, give or take, before we officially closed the doors. But, and that was back when I was a kid. And I've talked about this on stream plenty of times before. But I've never, ever wanted to make money off my writing, internet-wise. If I could sell a script, that would be different. But I'm never going to be able to sell a script. So when I write for, deadentertainment.com, I write because I love writing and I love horror. So I'm able to do both at the same time and get it out to people, and that's all I care about. If there's one thing I love, it's constructive criticism, especially on my writing. And this is such a great medium to get that from. So, yes, I just wanted to let people know that when we're promoting the website, we're just promoting the website because we're fans. We're not promoting the website to try to make money. I don't make a cent. Mungus doesn't make a cent. We do it because horror is a way of life.
Yeah, man. Well said. Well said. And to touch on the small thing you mentioned about money before, Any money we've made so far, which was through Twitch, Twitch donations. Really cool side note, real quick. If you tune in to the Twitch stream on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, cheap plug. We have a really cool thing set up where if you donate through Streamlabs, I think it is, whatever it is in the description of the Twitch video. If you donate while we're live, it'll trigger a jump scare while our host Brandon is playing. So he set this up so that the jump scare jumps up on his screen. It's a visual to him while he's playing the video game, and he also jacked up the volume to 200%. So whatever noise the thing does, it screams in his headphones and basically scares the living shit out of him, which is hilarious, especially if you time it just right when he's walking down a long dark corridor and you're just like, all right, here I am, I'm gonna tip $3 just to put it out there, and boom, it jump scares the living hell out of him. Hysterical. Point is, those tips go right back into the promotion of the website. We basically buy Facebook ads, Twitter ads, things like that. If we have a big article that we feel is important, like the most recent one we promoted was the Halloween 2018 trailer. We figured, hell, man, we're all excited about this new movie. Let's get it out to more followers. This way they don't have to fight Facebook's algorithm. So the long and short of it is, the money's just feeding right back into the website just so that more fans could get to it. And that's why I do it. I've always been kind of the person that kept to himself, didn't really like bothering with people, blah, blah, blah. Over the years, I kind of found like this weird pseudo not cultish like family through horror fans. Like if you've ever attended a horror convention, that the community is very family like. It's when you go down to a convention you've been going to for years, you see the same people, they see you always have those moments with the same vendors or the same fans, and it's like you're home. And I feel like writing and doing this website, doing this podcast, it connects to other people that are out there that are like this, like me, like Bates. We all enjoy the same thing, and even if that's a very, very like weak link to connect us together, for some reason it still kind of like draws one another into each other, and it's just like, like we're all automatically like good friends just because we all like the same genre. And I think that's really cool. And if I decide I'm gonna just geek out about a Ghostbusters song from 1989 that Run DMC did, I'm going to connect to somebody that also likes comedy. They also like horror. They like ghosts. They like Ghostbusters, this and that. And all of a sudden, we have a conversation. And I think that's really cool that we could write about the things that we're passionate about, the things that we love, even just share a snapshot of your life that somebody else could connect to. And that's it, man. That's all it takes to make a connection within the community. And, it's worth it to me.
It's got a death curse.
It's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Well, I guess that's basically we've covered everything that we wanted to cover. This is going to be the last stream of Way of Life Live on the Way of Life YouTube channel. Every Wednesday from now on, you can find us live on the Dead Entertainment channel. And I've updated my channel. And do we have anything else we need to plug? Or when are we doing our next live commentary? It's been about a month.
You want to figure that out now? I'm game. Honestly, my schedule has opened up a bit now that I'm working Monday through Friday. So I might be tired on a Friday, but I could still chug through it as we've seen in the past. So whenever, man, I'm down.
This Friday is no good for me, but as far as I know, next Friday I'm free.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't think next Friday would be an issue. So, yeah, let's aim for the 29th. I already actually scheduled next month's, so I got to talk to you about that. Hopefully that date works for you. But not this coming Friday, next Friday, the 29th of June, we'll do a commentary on what? Who knows? We'll figure that out too.
We have some ideas.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every commentary that we do, we're always like, oh, we got to do a commentary for that. So I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to throw a dart and land on something.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 movies in mind in my head that I really want to do for a live commentary.
You want to say them now, or like,
No.
I mean, if you want to narrow them down right this second, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Well, I think the one movie I was thinking of is what you have planned for next month.
Is it shark related?
Okay, then no.
Yeah, we have a shark related movie planned for next month.
Yeah, no, the movie I was thinking of doesn't have sharks. It has rats and it has animals with rabies, but that's about it.
Oh, the one I suggested earlier this week.
Exactly. And then there's the other movie that we had talked about during the last live commentary, Cannibal Ferox.
That's a real tough call. You know what? I got an idea. Let's put up a poll on Facebook and Twitter. I'll put it up on the Dead Entertainment channel. So if you don't follow us on Twitter or Facebook, you should go and do that now. Take place in this poll, and you could decide if we're going to watch Cannibal Ferox or I Drink Your Blood. Whoever wins, we'll watch that.
And if you've never seen either, well, then I am not entirely sure what you're doing listening to us right now. Because those are two staple movies for us.
Absolute classics. I mean, they're just so good. Those movies, like, we don't usually leave for a convention unless we pack up those 2 movies and Return of the Living Dead and House on the Edge of the Park. Those are 4 staples in our horror con travels.
Yeah, everybody has heard of Last House on the Left. Last House on the Left, it's, oh my god, this crazy movie, man, you gotta see it. But, half of those people don't even know about the unofficial sequel, which is House on the Edge of the Park, which in my opinion is a much better movie. Maybe that's just me. I
won't deny the contributions that Last House on the Left did to horror. Like,
not at all.
Opened doors, like unbelievable amount of doors. However, Deodato's House on the Edge of the Park is definitely a superior movie. And you actually, if you tuned into the live commentary last month when we did, help me out here, Gates of Hell.
Yes.
There's a character, Ricky, that was in that movie that is also from
I called it. I said, and I have seen both House on the Edge of the Park and Gates of Hell probably 30, 40 times each. And it wasn't until that night watching Gates of Hell that I'm looking at the movie and I'm like, that's fucking Ricky, dude. Dude, that's fucking Ricky from House on the Edge of the Park. And I was saying it just jokingly because I thought the guy just really looked like the character of Ricky. And fuck me, it was him.
Definitely. I looked it up on IMDb and I was like, yeah, man, you were right. It's totally that dude.
And it's probably the only 2 movies this guy has ever been in. But,
probably.
But I don't know. I guess he had that kind of face, and I just happened to notice it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't believe we never saw that before. I mean, like, honestly, we're slipping.
Watch him.
We were slipping, and then we got better.
Watch him turn up in Cannibal Ferox too.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like a horror movie of its own of just seeing this guy in various movies.
He's just in everything.
Sounds like it should be a sequel to The Ring of some sort. But yeah, we'll definitely put up a poll and see what kind of results we get. It'd be interesting to see.
You know what it's like? It's like, you ever. It's funny when you watch a movie that you've seen a million times and you see an actor and you're like, I know that guy. I've seen him before. And sometimes you just can't place him, but you've seen him. And I remember one of the first times that happened to me. Can you think of the movie or the character? It was, I had first seen him in a very non-horror movie, and then I saw him in a horror movie that I absolutely hate.
Okay, so it's Pieces. So it's definitely Pieces. Trying to think of the actor. I might have to bring up IMDb for this one.
Okay.
The elevator music. I'm looking.
So you're right. It is Pieces. So for anybody who's ever seen the 1980 version of Popeye with Robin Williams, the actor who plays Bluto in the movie is named Paul Smith. And, he's a big dude. He's got a big grizzly face. He looks like a lumberjack. He's a big manly man looking kind of man. And it wasn't until years and years and years later that I eventually saw Pieces. I hate this fucking movie. I fucking hate it. And I'm watching this movie, and I'm looking at this one character in the movie. He's the groundskeeper of the school. I'm looking at him, I'm like, fuck, that's fucking Bluto from Popeye. And I'm saying that jokingly, and fuck. I happened to look it up one day, and this character from Pieces happens to be Paul Smith, guy who played Bluto in Popeye. It was just one of those things. He's a pretty cool actor. He's got a very recognizable face. He just wasn't in a whole lot of things. And it's sad because he seems like he really had he seemed like a really cool, really funky character actor. I would have loved to have seen him in more things. But yeah, Bluto was in Pieces, which was a piece of shit in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Most horror fans love Pieces.
I love Pieces.
Yeah. Well, you and Chris both.
Yes, sir. I think that was one of the best things ever, watching Pieces in his honor. Actually, no, it was ruined for other reasons, but we're not going to get into that here.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just not one of my favorite movies. I've never liked it. He was the reason why I watched it the first time. He gave me his copy to watch, and
Yes,
I hated it.
I feel like we should revisit that movie every year just to get you to like it, or just to torture you.
I've seen it like 5-6 times, and I just don't like it. It doesn't make any sense. It feels like you watch like the first 1/3 of the movie, and then the movie completely changes, and it feels like after the first third of the movie, there's an entire section missing to link the rest of the movie. I feel like half the movie is fucking missing.
All I'm hearing is I want to do a live commentary on it.
And it's not even like in a good way. Like every fucking Fulci movie. I mean, you can watch any Fulci movie. You watch half of it, and then you watch the second half, and it's just like, wait, how did we get here? I'm not even kidding. That's every Fulci movie ever. Half of the movie is missing. You are missing a massive chunk of the movie because the plots in almost every Fulci movie do not make any sense. All right, but somehow they're still good. I don't know how, but they are. I'm serious. Go watch any Fulci movie. Gates of Hell, The Beyond, Don't Torture a Duckling, any of them. There's parts there are massive portions of those movies missing. Cat in the Brain especially.
I'm seeing a whole lot of live commentaries coming up. We just did one. So if you haven't heard it yet, go to the Dead Entertainment YouTube channel and check out our commentary for Gates of Hell. It was a fun movie. Fun commentary, too. By the end of the movie, we're just like, how did you get here? I just assumed it was that really old, creepy detective that's in all of them.
That dude is in every fucking Fulci movie. That guy's in every Italian horror movie. It doesn't even.
If it's not the same guy, the character is the same. Like he just picked up the weird young woman and he drove her there. He drove all of us there.
He is the Doctor Who of Italian horror movies. He's not played by the same actor, but he is the same character.
That's a great theory. Oh my god.
You watch Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, any
Zombie.
other seriously, Zombie, Gates of Hell, The Beyond. This character is in every movie, never played by the same actor though, but he's there. He's there, man.
Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. I'm never gonna watch these movies the same again. I'm gonna think of it as some sort of time traveler. And he's not going that far. He's just hopping back and forth through different months of the 70s.
And he's always driving very similar cars, but more or less the same car.
Yeah, like a brown Oldsmobile.
Or like a Chevy Nova, a brown 70s Chevy Nova,
Like not the muscle version, but when they started like becoming terrible looking. Or like mid 60s Chevy Nova.
Or fucking like Ford Tempest or something like that. Something in that body style. I'm telling you, just keep an eye on that. But we need to do The Beyond, because The Beyond was like an unofficial continuation of Gates of Hell. It's like in the same vein of movies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Beyond's an absolute classic. We without a doubt have to get there.
Bye.
Bye. I was waiting for you to say it. Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, once we get that commentary going, you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, seriously. If you guys have never seen these movies, don't worry. You will be seeing them very, very soon. It's they're fantastic movies, really fun, really fucking far out, but which makes sense for the time that these movies were made.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think we pretty much hit on every note that we wanted to hit, despite not even doing a real Wednesday night show tonight.
Yeah, like we had a very laid back show that turned out to be slightly under slightly over what we kind of expected.
Yeah, this is all impromptu. I mean, we didn't have anything scripted or ready to go. We just kind of, all on the fly.
Yeah, normally I write everything out, but I was like, you know what? Tonight, fuck it, man. We're just gonna bullshit, and it kind of worked out. Like, we out of this podcast, we touched upon the big announcements and the giveaway announcement, which is going to be happening next week, right? Yes. And we discovered the Doctor Who of horror of Italian horror. It's amazing.
Yeah, I might have to write an article. I might have to revisit all of these Italian horror movies and do a compilation of this character, and then write an article on it.
Honestly, I think that would be a hell of an article. Like, that would be amazing to me. I'm giddy over here, just having heard this connection.
So yes, just to recap quickly for everybody, this will be the final Wednesday night episode on the Way of Life Network. From this point on, this channel will be retired, The show, however, will live on every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, on Dead Entertainment's YouTube channel. Very simple to find. Just search Dead Entertainment in YouTube and you will find it. Or go to deadentertainment.com and I'm sure you can find it there. But this will be the final episode on the Way of Life Network channel. But the Way of Life Network lives on within Dead Entertainment.
Well said. We're gonna be having a ton of new content, a ton of new shows, a lot of arguments, a lot of just fanboy love for pretty much everything horror and geek and pretty much everything we've been doing. So you're not gonna miss out on anything except for maybe this channel. Come back to it every once in a while. Remember where it all started and where it went on deadentertainment.com.
Again, and this also includes the Metal Beer Horror pre-recorded podcast. That is not dead, not in the least. It has been on a very long hiatus. We actually do have an episode in the bank. It will be released soon, some point. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have the episode done. It's completely done. I've been waiting on Jackass over here, Mungus. I gotta. There you go, right there. Pointing to him right now on my webcam, right there. And waiting for that jackass right there to finish just some of the little bit of art we need to do for it. And I could have had it up fucking a month and a half ago. But it's all right. It's all good.
I also have to listen to the entire episode because it's been so long since we recorded it that I only remember one part of the episode. And that's... We're not going to even talk about that part of the episode. But my point is I saved this episode for a rainy day. It's probably our strongest episode of Metal Beer Horror. It's where we stopped kind of jerking off the friggin' news and all that stuff, and we decided to just let our real personalities fly. And LR triggered us, and we kind of got into a little bit of a heated debate, that's basically a peek into how we are when we're just hanging out and shooting the shit. So it's probably our best episode. It's in the bank, and I'll probably release it next week. I'm going to work double time on getting the episodes over to that channel, and I'll put that one up at next Friday when we do the live commentary. But you could tune in next Wednesday for the first episode of the Dead Entertainment Way of Life Live. So yeah, do that. Bring your friends. Come hang out.
Yeah, let's do that. I need to get that as a fucking hotkey.
You need to spend this weekend just making horror clips and finding a way for me to hear them because I'm notorious for talking over them.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Get to thinking.
I mean, maybe there's a way in Discord that I can link my desktop audio somehow. But I don't know. I have to fucking look. That would be the only way you could hear them. Is if I can link.
We'll definitely figure out a system for it because there's so many cool clips that we could use.
It's got a death curse.
I know. I got a couple queued off. I mean, I pretty much just use Crazy Ralph right now, but
and sometimes that's all you need.
That's almost always all I need. But I got a couple of my favorite ones from Arlie Ermy that I have ready to go, but I've actually never used them, which is weird.
There's one now. Right now, go.
Which is I don't know why. Let's see. What I got this one as one of my favorite ones.
Go chop her head off or something.
And I got this one.
You're nutless. You've been pussified.
Two of my favorite Arlie.
So funny.
Yeah. Shut up.
I can't hear him.
Not yet, anyway. Two of my favorite Arlie Ermy clips from the same movie that I just I haven't really had a chance to use yet. I'm gonna get some more. I'm definitely gonna get some more Return of the Living Dead clips because that's our bread and butter right there.
God, that movie is so quotable.
You think the movie lied?
You watch your tone.
You watch your tone, boy. If you like this job. Oh my god, dude! I could quote that movie all night.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what he said. The PCP line. Are you insane? Are you on PCP?
Was that Demon when he was trying to get into the mortuary?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Don Calfa that asked Demon that fucking Demon, that asshole. Fucking Miguel Nunez. That he guy's a fucking douche. I'm not getting into that. Yeah, let's not get into that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's wrap this up. So again, guys, one more time, thank you, everybody who's been tuning in tonight. Appreciate it so much. Everybody on the Way of Life Network channel and on my channel is a dual stream as we're updating both channels. And this will be the final live stream on the Way of Life Network channel. You can find us again every Wednesday night, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Dead Entertainment YouTube channel. This will be the final stream on the Way of Life Network channel. What Way of Life lives on, that will never die at this point. Again, live streams will continue every Wednesday night, and we will be doing our pre-recorded content once we start recording it again. But as you can see behind me, I have pretty much everything set up. Table, chairs, microphones, everything ready to go. I actually just have to bring over the recording computer. I have 3 fucking computers down here.
Worth it.
Yeah, I got a problem.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny problem.
Yeah, bit of a problem. But, you know, I mean, I work in IT, so what are you going to do? So we hopefully going to be resuming recording hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Once I finish settling in here and getting the last little bit set up, I see no reason why we can't. We're going to do a dry run first, because obviously we're in a new environment. This is a much larger environment, so the acoustics are very, very different for recording. So we need to sit down, adjust settings, and see how the acoustics are. And if need be, I may have to build, I guess, reflective soundboards, which are going to be pretty much just some plywood that's propped up with like egg cartons on them to kind of encapsulate the sound around the recording table. I hope I don't have to do that, but the acoustics down here are a little weird, so it's possible I might. We'll have to see after the dry run. Hopefully in a week or 2 we can do the dry run, and then I can sort everything out, and then we can start doing the real recordings, which should be a lot of fun. Now that I'm back in my house, it'll be a lot more relaxed. We'll be able to kind of bullshit and have a bit more fun, knowing that we aren't in my parents' dining room.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, so we'll be in a much better recording environment. We'll have all the good art on the walls, lots of good influences and muses all around us.
Not to mention, man, we could possibly even do a live Way of Life live in person now that you're closer to me.
Yes. I've been thinking about that. One thing I really want to do is I want to do a live like game night. What I mean is like a live stream where we're doing a board game, a tabletop game of some sort.
Oh yeah, I'd totally be into it. And Lord knows, I'm like, from where I'm sitting, I've got, I don't know, like 10, 12 board games. You know, basically horror, some superhero stuff, you know, some geek stuff.
Yeah,
I got enough stuff to keep us covered.
Yeah, and I have a very large. I basically have a bar high dining table as our recording table down here.
Not
So
bad.
so I have a very large table that if need be I could put a leaf in to make it even larger for the ridiculously sized games, but I don't think that's ever going to come to that. But we have the space to
Got
get
the ideas too, which is great.
yeah.
We got the tools, we got the talent.
The next thing I need to do is just have my new bar built, and then
We also have the alcohol.
once the new bar is built and I have the draft system in place, live streams could be very dangerous.
Oh, extremely dangerous. That's what makes it fun.
But I hope you guys have enjoyed this update stream for the Way of Life Network and Live Deliciously in Game. As I said in the very beginning of the stream, the next Live Deliciously in Game giveaway should be kicking off next week. It is going to be a special giveaway to all of my loyal supporters who have been here for a while, who have come tonight, who have been to almost all my streams, who have come back after almost a month of me not streaming. It is a very special giveaway in the sense that I am doing a dual prize. So there will be 2 prizes. So if you don't win the grand prize, you can win a secondary prize. And, the secondary prize may not be as high quality as the grand prize. But again, it is a pretty rare and exotic piece of art. There is
Look at that thing.
There is a price tag still on this. I will show this to you. Let's see if you can see that. That says 95,000. That is 95,000 Vietnam dong, which is honestly that's not a lot of money. not a lot of money.
Bates spares no expense.
But again, I did bring this back from Vietnam in pretty good condition. As I said, the edges are worn and kind of beat up a little bit, but that's just sort of adds to this piece. And
Whole character. It adds a lot of character to it.
yeah, seriously. And as I said, whoever wins it will understand what we were talking about before, that it's on this like handmade vellum paper almost, and it's pretty cool. It's definitely a one of a kind piece that people will be like, what the fuck is that printed on if they see it? I don't know how else to explain it. It's really cool, and again, it's from fucking Asia that I bought and brought back. So can't go wrong. It's free. What do you want, right? What do you want?
It's already free. Like, what else do you want?
All right, so let's see, what time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock here on our time. I am going to do a quick, probably game stream after we go off air here. I'm going to do a quick game stream on my channel just to kind of get back into the groove. And then, I don't know. I'll play it by ear in the coming weeks, and we'll be doing 2, 3, 4 streams a week on my channel, and then Way of Life Live every Wednesday night as usual, and then our monthly Dead Entertainment live commentaries, and so forth with our pre-recorded content. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up, guys. Being in my new environment, I'm allowed to be a lot more animated. I have a lot more room to work with here. In my previous recording area, it was a tiny little living room, and usually my wife was sleeping in about 20 feet away on most nights that I was recording and streaming. But now, if she happens to be here, if she's not at work, she is quite far away. And it's just a lot easier for me to just be more animated and be more engrossed in the stream and the game or whatever I'm doing. So the stream should improve. It should be a lot more fun. Probably not. I'm not fun. I mean, who likes?
No, I was about to get really fun and say that I was going to get some espresso for my coffee. Maybe that'll jack me up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fun, but I am happy that I do have. I got my second desk here. I don't have to try to run 2 computers from one little desk. I have 2 desks. I'm actually going to be doing a final house rebuild update video very, very soon. I'm just waiting for a few more things to be finished. I might do a kind of a sort of setup video just to show people what my setup is like and how I stream and how I work over here, because I do have 2 desks and 2 computers here, and there is a lot going on right all around me. So I think people would kind of be interested in seeing that and seeing my network closet. I have a whole home network that I've built here in the new house. So I think people would kind of be interested in seeing that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. If you want to see it, I'm going to record it anyway. So watch it. If not, I don't care.
I will not be watching it.
But yeah, so there's a lot of good things coming up on every front. You got anything else to add in?
No, not really. I mean, just make sure you subscribe to the Dead Entertainment YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that, just so you know when things are happening. You're going to see a ton of articles posted daily. Monday nights is reserved for Dead Entertainment's Twitch channel with the host Brandon Evans. He streams horror games, for 2-3 hours, give or take, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think this coming Monday we're going to be doing kind of a retro night where he's going to play like Friday the 13th for NES, maybe dig out the Nightmare on Elm Street game. Just kind of like dig into those games of our past, things that we grew up on and could never beat or would nearly break our CRT TVs trying to beat. So
Where'd you go? You live over there? All right, I think we lost Mungus. He has. I guess he's unleashed the. Oh,
hello?
there he is.
Oh God! It's always when I'm in the middle of saying something that I get an internet hiccup for no fucking reason. All right, quick recap. Twitch Monday night retro games. Friday the 13th NES. Yada yada yada. So come hang out then. Wednesday we're going to be doing the debut episode of Way of Life Live. So hang out then. Next Friday we're going to do our live commentary for a movie that you pick. We're giving you 2 options: Cannibal Ferox and I Drink Your Blood. Go to Dead Entertainment YouTube or Facebook and Twitter. Cast your votes. Vote on both fronts. You could pretty much get 2 votes in that way. You could be undecided and pick both. See how that goes. But whatever, we'll make the poll last till next Friday. Whatever you guys choose, we're gonna watch and bullshit about. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, thank you guys. For whatever reason, the stream cut off on my channel, but we're still going strong over on Way of Life. I might have just stopped the stream by accident while I was clicking around before, but no big deal. I'll be starting the stream up on my channel again in a few. But again, thank you guys for sticking with us over on the Way of Life Network channel. If you subscribe to that channel, thank you so much. I'm sorry it could not grow the way we wanted it to grow, but now it has been absorbed and combined with deadentertainment.com. So let's grow that channel, and you join us every Wednesday night, same time, different place. It's weird saying that. But
Yeah, but we'll get used to it.
yeah, exactly. So thank you guys so much. Your support means so much to us on every front, whether you come into these streams or not, whether you go into the Monday night Twitch streams, doesn't matter. Even if you just read the articles, that's all we want. We just want you guys to visit the website, support the website. That's the big thing right now. And we can't thank you enough if you support the website and like what we're doing. Give us feedback. If you like what we're doing, let us know. If you want to see something done a little bit differently, if you want to see anything, the feedback, we like it. We respond to it. We love constructive criticism. So let that happen. Again, one more time, thank you guys for everything. All the fans and supporters of the Way of Life Network, all like 5 of you, appreciate it so much.
We love you.
We hope to see you next week over on the Dead Entertainment YouTube channel. That's going to be our new home. You got any last words there, Mungus?
Feels good, man.
All right, then. Again, guys, thank you so much. We will see you next week. 8 p.m. Wednesday night, Dead Entertainment YouTube channel. Thank you. See you then. And remember.
What do you think this is all about? You think this is a fucking costume? This is a way of life.